All right. Another common movement you're going to see in warm up is the 90-90. And to set this up, you can start sitting like this, and then you're going to bring one foot out in front this way, and the other foot is going to be angled behind you. Now, we want to check our angles because, as you can tell from the name, the 90-degree angle is important here. So let's take a look at it. So my knee is going out this way. In order to do this stretch appropriately, I need to make an adjustment. I need to bring the knee out directly in front of the hip. So I have a straight line from my hip to my knee. Okay, a relatively straight line. It'll depend on how much mobility you have on any given day, but we're shooting for that straight line. The next thing I'm looking for, and this is where that 90 comes in, I'm looking for a 90-degree angle here. So I want my foot, you can look at it as a 90-degree, or you can be like, oh, well, from the knee to the ankle, there should be another straight line. Okay, so got the front leg lined up. Now we're going to do the same thing with this back leg. So my foot is very much behind me. I just need to push that out. So you can see my little foot came out. If you watch behind my knee, there's my shoe. And now I've got a nice 90-degree angle here. I've got a line from the hip to the knee, and then from the knee to the ankle, right? And that should be a 90-degree. So now we are going to square ourselves over that front hip, and we're going to lean over that knee. Now be careful here because sometimes if you're tight in the hips, guilty, you might come to the side of the knee, to the outside of the knee. Okay. We want to try and keep it square. So instead of letting your body drift this way, try and keep turned directly forward and lean over that. It will feel very different. It will probably feel tighter. You will probably feel more of a stretch. And then, depending on how much room you have at any given point, you may be able to come down really far, maybe able to take a little nap. And then, after you've been here for a while and those hips are feeling good and stretched out, we're going to switch legs. Easy way to do this is you're just going to turn, you're going to flip them. Ta-da! What was once the front leg is now the back leg. I'm talking to you over my shoulder. It'll be fine. So after you do that, you do want to check your angles again. Okay. So I'm going to adjust out here, make sure that I've got a nice straight line from the hip to the knee, and then I've got that 90-degree angle and the line from the knee to the ankle. Here again, my foot is angled in towards the midline of my body. So I'm going to push that foot out in order to give myself a nice 90-degree angle. Again, go ahead and square that body over the hip. Don't let it drift to the outside of the knee. And don't let it stay on the inside of the knee either. We see that less than drifting to the outside of the knee, but you don't want to drift either way. You want to stay square over the hip and then come down over that knee as much as possible. Enjoy the stretch in the hip. You can come all the way down over it if that feels good. And just stay here until you're done. Ta-da!